afternoon. First of all, I want to say it's certainly a pleasure to have an opportunity to come here and share my plans for the 7th Congressional District with you. I know we're all Democrats and we pretty much have the same position on health care, on education, on fighting poverty. So I'm not going to bore you with all of that. And I'm pretty sure by now we already know what the problems are facing the district. So I'm going to try to talk about some solutions. My parents came to this country about 40 years ago. And they came to this country because they believed in the principles of the American dream. They wanted me and my 2 brothers and sisters to have an opportunity for a better life. And with a high school education, they worked real hard. They opened a small business in a middle-class neighborhood. And they fought and scratched and scraped, and somehow they were able to provide a college education to me and my 2 brothers and sisters. And as I stand here today, I feel very fortunate to be a graduate of the University of Alabama, because a college education is something my parents didn't have for themselves. And over the past 15 years, I've worked throughout the entire 7th Congressional District. And I've worked to provide tens of millions of dollars of capital for small businesses, for home ownership. And back in 1994, I helped set up a community development loan fund. And the purpose of that fund was to create economic development primarily in the Black Belt. Because back then, the access to capital was the biggest problem facing the district. And today, the #1 problem facing the district is the access to capital. When you drive through small towns like Utah, Greensboro, Demopolis, Uniontown, you'll find out small businesses is the life and blood that keeps the economy going in this district. Matter of fact, across our country, 70% of the jobs are created by small businesses. But when you're looking across our district, it's probably more like 80%. And over the past 15 years, I've had small business owners walk into my door every other day. And the problem facing small businesses is because they don't have the access to capital. And in order for us to create jobs in the district, that's something we must change. I have a specific proposal to help small businesses gain access to capital. The #1 problem, the #1 reason why small businesses don't have access to capital is because of something called self-employment tax. Small businesses pay 15.5% on the first dollar of profit. Could you imagine a small business that makes $10,000 paying 15.5% taxes? I mean, something is wrong with that. If you're a small business owner and you open up a small business and you happen to make $30,000, you're going to pay about $4,700 in self-employment tax. This is before you pay a dime of income tax. And we have to change that. My proposal is to reduce self-employment tax by 50% for the first $50,000 that a small business person owns. And then what we can do is we can increase it progressively back to the current rate at $100,000. What this would do is this would allow small business owners to actually have income on their tax returns. So if their business is doing well and they want to walk into a bank, they can walk into a bank and actually say, hey, here's my tax returns, my business is doing well. And it will allow them to actually borrow money to improve their business, to expand their business. But I understand, even though I understand small businesses create the job, I also understand that we do need industry. And industry what happens is when we attract industry to the community, we create an environment that allows small businesses to flourish all around those industries. And I think that we have an opportunity here, right here in the 7th Congressional District, to help shape our nation's future. We have tremendous opportunities in our green industry. And I have another specific proposal that will increase jobs and create tremendous economic prosperity in our district. There is a crop. It's a crop that's similar to cotton. We all know we have a history of growing cotton in this district, and it will grow very well. Well, there's a crop, it's called Kenaf. It's K-E-N-A-F. It's a crop that is a fiber crop. Out of Kenaf, you can produce insulation, you can produce carpet pattern, you can produce textiles, you can produce rope, you can produce twine, you can produce molded plastics. Anywhere you have fiberglass, Kenaf can be replaced with fiberglass. And we know this crop will grow in the district. We have a tremendous opportunity here to take a foothold in the green industry and create tremendous economic prosperity. In addition to that, we also can create building materials that is fire resistant, mold resistant, insect resistant. It will not mildew and it will not rot. I mean, these are products that we can create from a crop we can grow right here. Kenaf can be harvested 3 to 4 times a year. We have farmers that grow pine, and pine takes 15 to 20 years to harvest. And I'd love to have an opportunity to sit down and talk to you about my specific plans for the district. I'm Eddison Walters. I'm the Minority Vice Chair of the Tuscaloosa Democratic Party, and I'm asking you for your support for the 7th Congressional District, United States House of Representatives. Thank you.